Chronicles. This is Misty, and we are on day 30 of our 30-day series for Level Up Your Life for my beautiful Cancerians. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Trying to make sure I can see. Okay. So I was actually guided to start off with the little bloques, the blocks that I created. So we're gonna see what messages we have with those, and let's see. So let's see what we got. Messages for Cancer. Okay. Messages for Cancer. What does Cancer need to know? And this is for Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, North Node. Really, if you have Cancer anywhere in your chart, or you could just be dealing with a Cancer, the messages are for you. Let's make sure the volume's up. Okay. Okay, so we have deceptions are unraveling. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Deceptions are unraveling. What else? Oh, okay. We have discord. Feels like just someone kind of needs to know that there might be some type of argument, and it's related to like something is about to be revealed about someone's deceptive practices. I'm having a little bit of trouble with just like my speaking. It feels like someone might be saying some things that perhaps are not true about someone behind the scenes, and this is about to come to light. Okay. Yeah, and we have the advice: make bold decisions. So if you're usually someone that just kind of doesn't really speak up for yourself, or you give people like the benefit of the doubt, or I just feel like whatever your normal response is, you're supposed to do something dramatically different, right? So if normally you just kind of, like just, oh, I'm just going to ignore it and you don't say anything, um, the guidance is for you to do the opposite, for you to, call people out on whatever this is. If your normal behavior is where you speak up, I'm getting the sense of do the opposite. Don't say a word. Mum's the word. This is something about, I don't know if someone's trying to get a rise out of another person and they think that they know you like the back of their hand. So this is about doing something different. Someone thinks that they're going to kind of knock, if this is for you, like they think they're going to knock you off your square, knock you out of your square, knock you off kilter. But by you responding the exact opposite way than how you normally do, it's actually, they're going to be the one, I'm here, rock your world. Like it's going to really rattle this person. I don't know if this person had like a whole big plan or plot on something, and whatever you do, like if you're doing the opposite of what they expect, that's how it's going to unravel. Everything's going to come to light. Yeah, shift your focus. So is Cancer supposed to speak up or not? Yeah, I get that most of you guys probably do. Not that you're like gonna be, not that you're typically belligerent or anything like that, but it's not like You're not afraid to speak your mind or speak up for yourself, or typically like you do speak up for yourself. And I'm getting the sense of like you're being guided to just not say anything, do the unexpected. And the way that you're going to be successful in that avenue is to shift your focus. Like don't think about it. Just start doing something else to keep yourself preoccupied. Yeah. I'm hearing sing like a bird. Someone is going to sing like a bird, like when you don't respond the way that they're expecting you to. So I feel really nervous. It's going to make someone just like really nervous. I'm being reminded of the cartoons, especially like if anyone watches anime, right? And I don't know. Well, I guess it's all of the little movies or anything that has like a superhero and a villain, right? You notice the the villain always has to like spill their guts, like they spill out the whole entire plan that they had laid out. So for some of you guys, your silence, like this person, like I'm hearing, silence speaks volumes, right? But it's just going to be like this person, since they can't get a rise out of you, like with whatever this initial, I don't know if it's like an initial attack, verbal attack or something like that, since they can't get a rise, like, and you're silent, if you follow through with just being silent, like this person just has to spill the beans. Hi, Brooke. They're going to have to spill the beans. Yeah, it's funny. Okay. I was guided to look at this one, and I'm told yes, this find balance, harmony is your mantra. So we've talked about like no matter what, making sure that you are staying emotionally balanced. Don't allow anyone to kind of trigger you. So I don't know if you guys have kind of been getting some practice with, like people pushing your buttons, people trying you, and it's like you respond or you react less and less. And it's almost like, so for this one, try not to react or respond at all. I'm seeing someone like digging their own their own grave, right? They're digging their own grave. I was about to say ditch, but they're just digging themselves into a ditch. Yeah. Something that you were suspicious of is going to be confirmed for a lot of you. I'm hearing something about sleeping with the enemy. I don't know if that's something that's different. I'm getting the sense of like some of you guys have been kind of thinking, um like if you're masculine, you're thinking like another masculine energy has been like plotting against you. If you're feminine, you think that there's this other like distorted feminine trying to plot against you or something like that. And some of you guys don't know that the person that the true op, so to speak, is the person that you're with. I'm hearing the song, You Are My Enemy. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna see if we can rein that in because I really want to focus on just like what do we need to know for the level up. I don't. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm being guided to hush up, is what I'm hearing. Whatever this message is, it's important for someone to know. So I have to continue. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It says avoid unnecessary conflict. I'm being reminded of the Hermit card. So I don't know. Someone's kind of being guided to be in a type of hermit mode, but it's kind of, but not really. This is like as it pertains to certain people that you know are like no good for you, that rile you up. Or you remember, I was talking about like someone pushing buttons. Whoever those people are, it's like a mini hermit mode. You're meant to go into hermit mode when it comes to those people. But aside from that, I just kind of see like business as usual, doing things to keep yourself busy. Focusing on the main thing is what, wow. I was saying focusing on the main thing, but I was guided to this one that says focus on self. Focus on self. You are the main thing, right? You are the most important thing. So, yeah, that makes sense. It's not funny at all. It's exactly as it is meant to be. I don't know if this is all going to tie into the rest of our message, which again, my goal, my focus is on how to level up, like what information we need to know. But this is for someone. And I'm feeling really nervous. And it feels like I'm hearing don't be scared. It's like you already know what this is, but you'd rather not see it for yourself. I'm sensing like someone's going to be like, you're going to be perfectly fine. This is a heads up for someone so that you're prepared. Here, we ready. We ready. Yeah, I'm hearing that song. It also makes me feel like people kind of like behind you, if this is for you. Like a whole army, a whole crew, right? Supporting you. For some of you guys, these are ancestors, paternal, paternal. This is your dad's side of the family. I'm hearing some song, gangsta, something about yeah, they don't play. So, yeah. For some of you guys, they've been protecting you. They've always had your back. Just know that. Yeah. Is that it? No. Okay. I'm hearing one more. So let's see what the final, what the blocks would be. I love it. Your success is being fast tracked. I'm telling you, like some of you guys, you have like a whole crew behind you. Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's it for the blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and put these up, and then we're going to move into the cards. I was guided to a couple of card decks. So that message could have been for one of you, some of you, none of you. I do not know. Only you know if that resonates with you or if it's for you. Okay. It must have been pretty important. Okay. So let's see. I have not used these cards in a while. Okay, what does Cancer need to know? Funny. So the first card that popped out, it says be mature. I will be mature. So these are like affirmations, right? So be mature. is the first one. So for some of you guys, there is something that might be headed your way, but it is not anything that you cannot handle, right? You're just being asked to be emotionally balanced, just, stay in a very mature energy when it comes to this. Yeah. And at the bottom, we have be determined. So again, just like keep doing what you do, and be optimistic is at the top. I'm getting the sense of like you're really meant to continue on, and do not let your frequency drop. Like stay positive, basically. I'm hearing hold the vision. So whatever vision that you've had, especially if you've been trying to manifest something, just hold it. Don't let that go. Jeez. Okay, so I know this might be triggering for some people, but it is what it is. So it says, I will be forgiving, but this came out in reverse, right? So the guidance is, if you are typically a forgive and forget type of a person, I'm getting the sense of like not everyone deserves the type of forgiveness that you typically give. So forgive in the sense of letting things go so that they do not affect you mentally, or in any sense of the way, in any sense of the word. But do not forgive them in the sense of allowing them an opportunity to come back in your life. So I don't know what this is about, but yeah, it says I will be practical. It's kind of like if you just kind of sit down and think about it. I'm getting the sense of like if they did it once or twice. I'm hearing once, twice, three times a lady. If they've done it several times before, or even one time before, if they betrayed you or something like that, like be practical, be honest with yourself. Like, don't expect that you're going to give this person another opportunity and they're going to be any better, right? So, and at the top we have be focused. It feels like, because anytime this person or this group of people, whoever this is, anytime they make a presence in your life, they just kind of knock you off course, off track with whatever you're doing, with whatever you're wanting to bring in. And I'm getting the sense of like, they come in and they distract. They're not helping you. They're not, improving your life whatsoever. I'm hearing shambles. So sometimes whoever this is or whoever they are, they come in and create a mess. I actually heard mockery. So I don't know if someone is like, kind of making fun of someone's beliefs or current situation or something like that. Maybe that's what's about to come out for some of you guys. But whatever this is, they don't like, when they leave, your life is not better than when they came in. So, yeah. And we have, I will be realistic, right? So we also have at the bottom, I will be open-minded. And at the top, we have, I will be self-directed. So again, and I'm kind of feeling that energy of like being optimistic, like staying positive and knowing that there is nothing that can be thrown your way that you cannot handle, and knowing that you do have, I'm hearing like ride or die, right? So you do have like a whole army behind you, and I'm really being guided to say beside you. For some of you guys, you just really need to know that. But there are some things that you're going to have to do that they cannot do, for you. So depending on what you believe, or, whatever, that's for someone. Yeah, being guided. I looked over and I was guided to this one. Make your decisions based on reality. We've talked about this, during our 30-day series, but make sure that you're making decisions. Hi, Brooke. Make sure that you're making decisions based off of the, what you actually see, right? Actually in your physical world, right? Right here, right now. And I have noticed a lot of rhetoric about, astral relationships and spiritual attacks and things that are like meant to be related to, like, the non-physical world. And I've seen people like commenting, and it's like completely in this other world, like that's their whole focus. And you don't live in that world, you live in this one. And this is the one that you have the absolute actual control over, to where you can make decisions to make improvements. So for some of you guys, if you are listening to a lot of kind of like information that keeps you like, I'm hearing it's a different world. So if anyone remembers that TV show, but if you're listening to a lot of things, or you're focusing your time and your energy on things that are not really going to benefit you and your life right here, right now, right? The actual 3D world, the physical world that we're living in, some of you guys need to rein back. Like, you need to rein that in a little bit, okay? Some of you guys, I'm not going to deny, a lot of us definitely, like, they're highly favored, like you're having to live kind of like on the in between, right? The 3D and the 5D. But what you're actually, like, your task is to learn your lessons and to live your life here in the physical, because this is what you can actually control, right? You have to balance that out. You cannot completely live in the 5D. I'm hearing something. I'm hearing something, like I have to clarify. Like, there are some things that you're meant to do as it relates to, like, you can say 5D, that have to do with like your manifestations, right? With holding visions of where it is that you are wanting to go, or like what do you want to manifest in the physical. Like, yeah, you have to do that. Like, those are some things like that's really important. But get in, I'm kind of getting the sense of like, get in and get out. Do not live there. Okay, I'm hearing twin flame. So I guess I have to talk a little bit about that. If you're spending an excessive amount of time thinking about a twin flame relationship, and you're not seeing any action in your physical world, you need to like cut some of that out. Seriously. And I won't deny, like, there are times where some of you guys, there might be a telepathic communication. But if that person isn't also communicating with you in the 3D, that's actually called spiritual abuse. They are abusing you spiritually. And you have to let that go. If they can take all of your energy, right, without having to actually be in your life in the physical, why would they ever manifest? Why would they? They don't need you, because you're willingly giving it up for free in the 5D. I don't know who that's for. That's all the energy that they need. They don't need to connect with you in the physical. Yeah. Yeah, Brooke, yes. Hi, Homer. I keep hearing spiritual abuse. Spiritual abuse. I don't know who that's for. Someone needs to know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we have strength, and this is falling under the be mature. So, the guidance is to really just trust in your own abilities. Know that if you have been knocked down before, to see this person, he's actually recovering, possibly from an injury or something. and he can't walk. He has that wheelchair behind him. So he's learning to walk. He's building up his strength. So if you've been knocked down, if you feel like you've been knocked down, I'm hearing, isn't there there's a song where it's Rise Up. I'm hearing that song. Some of you guys, if you haven't already, it's time for you to rise up. Get up. Yeah. If you're sitting around just kind of like holding on to some type of bad habits or negative thoughts, let that go. You are definitely stronger than these habits and these thoughts. You're definitely stronger than that. Do I need? Okay. So I'm being guided to speak about, I have seen in the comments people talking about, feeling like they've been hexed or someone has put them like, some type of spell or cursed them or something like that. And that, I'm hearing that's crazy talk, but okay. So, and I don't think that that's meant to be offensive. I think that what that means is that like some of you guys are forgetting who you are. You're forgetting just how strong you are. And I'm being reminded of there's a TikTok where it would come up on my feed and someone would be like, they would, act it out and they're just crying and and then, one of their ancestors or goddess or something like that says like like don't you know who you are? Like you're a witch, get up and do some spells or something. And they're like, oh yeah, my bad, my bad. So not to say that you're a witch. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't call you, but some of you guys, you are magicians. We'll say that. You have, I'm hearing a very special set of skills. Oh my gosh, somebody is, yeah. But you guys have the ability to create the world that you want, and you're not using your gifts and your abilities to your advantage. That's what you need to know. The only way, and I know I've said this before, the only way that you can be cursed or hexed, and I'm not trying to be offensive or funny or anything like that, but it's if you let them. You have to essentially give your will over to that other person. People are going to lead you to believe that like, oh yeah, you not everyone like you don't have free will, like people can hex you and curse you and blah blah blah. um you mean to tell me that if someone tells you you're cursed but you tell them no I'm not, like their word is stronger than your word, their word is better than your word? No. Hi Shauna, hi Cecil. Is it Cecil or Cecile? Okay. Some of you guys need to know that. Oh, that wasn't a card that came out. I just took that from the top. Okay. So let's see. What else do we have? I'm also getting the sense like with that be mature in the strength, it's like you have, some of you guys have gone through quite a bit. You've learned quite a bit of lessons, which essentially means that you have matured quite a bit. And you need to make sure that you are implementing and using the lessons that you have learned. Standing in my own, I don't know what that means. Standing in your own what? Thank you, Shauna. Wow, seriously? So here comes the devil. Comes on out, right? Yeah, Homer, what does that mean? Like standing, oh, standing in your own way? Well, that's exactly like what we've kind of been talking about, right? Like the only person that has control over the world that you're living, the life that you're living is essentially you. That's it. So sometimes we stand in our own way by like having doubts. When we doubt our abilities, the only person that's in your way is you. Now, someone can try to plant some little seeds of doubt, right? Like you have this huge, big dream, right? And you go and share it with the wrong person. And they can kind of like sprinkle in some doubt, but you have the control. You have the control to either accept what they are saying or reject it. That's why, like, when some people say, like, I rebuke. Well, some people are using it to rebuke things that have to do with other people and it's not their business, right? But when it comes to you, if someone is kind of assigning some type of feeling or actions or a type of life that you don't want and you don't resonate with, rebuke that. Like, don't allow someone else to get into your head, because their doubt, their seeds of doubt, which most of the time is them projecting their own doubts and fears on you. You're the person that has control as to whether that festers and lingers in your life. And if you kind of believe the doubt, then if you're believing it, you're going to start um looking for proof, right? Like, oh, okay, I can't be successful, right? If someone kind of puts that seed in your head, like, you can't be successful at this because you came from, fill in the blank. And then you believe, like, you hold on to that belief, then you're looking for proof of like all the reasons why you can't be successful. You're speaking to yourself and to others about why you can't be successful. And then you're taking actions, or you're not taking actions that you need to take to be successful because you have it implanted in your brain and in your mind that you cannot. That's what that is. So when I say, like, some people, they talk about, curses and hexes, all they do, they're attacking your fears and your doubts. That's all they do. But they can't, exactly. All that's all they can do. Like, it's up to you on whether or not you allow another person to get in your head or if you don't. And that's just what that is. Yeah. I think a lot of the times, you guys, especially for those of you that, like, you're looking for, like, certain type of relationship or whatever. And I don't know if you guys have heard, but like when you're dating, they tell you, don't tell, like, don't tell your whole life, right? Don't give everyone all of your information up front, because sometimes before you actually know that other person, like, and you don't truly know what their intentions are, sometimes they'll take that information and they will use it to manipulate you, right? Oh, it's gonna be like, the theme of this reading is about like leveling up your life, right? And then I was guided to add on the yes no readings. So I'm still gonna go live, but it's not gonna be based off of like just directly level up your life. And then I'm not gonna do the yes no readings for a little bit, just to kind of have a break from that, because it does take energy, and the yes no questions are actually the lowest level of energy that it's going to take for me, because a lot of people, like, I know that some people are tarot card readers or oracle card readers, and I can use cards, but I don't that's not I'm not a reader, so to speak, right? I'm a medium and I'm a channel, so a lot of my messages are channeled through, and that takes a lot more energy. So yeah, but I'll be checking in each day. Okay. Oh, you guys, I only have 5 cards out here. Okay, so we have Two of Wands. And I'm noticing this person looking out, observing. So if you guys, there's this Two of Wands. I'm being guided to look at like those still waters. This is under the be forgiving, where I said it's in reverse. So some of you guys, it's kind of like, you're not meant to just kind of forgive and forget whatever this is. That's not what you're meant to do. And when I say that, I mean in the sense of, don't allow this person or these people or whatever this is back into your life. It's almost like there's something better for you, like across the horizon or over the horizon, something that is more peaceful, because a lot of the energy has been about like someone that's trying to like trigger you or get you, you know, I don't know. For some, like we have the Six of Cups at the bottom here, and it just feels like this has to do with a lot of you guys. This could actually have something to do with like a family, someone that you thought you would have a family with, or someone that you have kids with. I'm hearing it all falls down as I'm looking at the Tower card, right? Hmm. I'm also getting, oh, geez. Okay, this card went into the little cushion. And it's the Queen of Cups, right? So I'm just going to talk about it. But this Queen of Cups, which is usually, you think of someone that's, kind of nurturing, loving. But this is falling on, like it flew out with this I will be forgiving that is in reverse. And I'm saying, like, whatever this is, you're not meant to be like people that were not on your team, that were not on your side, that were not giving to you. And all they did was they came to take. You're not to give this person or these people this nurturing energy that you gave them before. And I'm getting the sense of like with that Two of Wands, again, he has the binoculars. This could also represent the other person just kind of watching. I'm hearing Cain getting next to you. Don't let them in your energy. Don't let them in your bubble. Hearing something about a thorn in my side or something like that. Yeah, leave them behind. We have the Chariot. I mean, a good friend of mine broke my trust. Will giving them another chance be a disservice to myself? Can I only heal by going no contact? Only you are going to know like what it is that you can handle, right? And I don't say like what you can handle, right? So I'm not saying, okay, let me give you my straight up answer. If they broke your trust, personally, I would not give them another chance. I wouldn't. That's just me. But you're not me, right? So you have free will and you can do what you feel is in your best interest. But I would say if you do allow this person, this friend in your life again, they shouldn't get the same access to you that they had before. Wow. I'm being guided to like, have you guys seen all of these like, videos and things that are coming out with like these friends, so-called friends, and them doing things, hurting, unaliving people that thought like they thought that those were their friends. That's what happens when you give people chance after chance. You're giving them more access to hurt you, because they may have felt they may feel like, yeah, I betrayed you or I broke your trust, but I didn't really get to hurt you the way that I want to hurt you, right? Don't give them that access. Exactly, Shauna. Those girl trips, yes. Disagree. I'm trying to see if, okay, so I mean, the guidance that I'm getting is like, no, don't give that person another chance. Like, so yeah, don't give them another chance. I mean, that's just, I don't know what else to say with that. And it's almost like, whether and it's hard because a lot of us have been taught, right? Um, how we're supposed to always forgive and forget and, give people all of these chances. But what they are not telling you is that basically, like, yeah, you're really just kind of being disloyal to yourself. Where does your loyalty lie? Does it lie with yourself in your best interest? Or does it lie first and foremost to that other person? Yeah. Yeah, I would never be able to look at someone the same, right? If they broke my trust, if they disappointed me. And the only reason I'm saying that, let me clarify. I don't know if, my assumption typically is that everyone is the type of friend that I am, that everyone, or if they're not, they should be, right? And so with the type of friend that I am, knowing that I would never, break the trust of a friend, of a lover, of a, partner, of a spouse, of a family member, I expect that in return. Yeah, absolutely. But give up on them how? And like I said, it doesn't mean that you have to go no contact. But I wouldn't look at them like, if I were you, I mean, I wouldn't look at them the same. I wouldn't give them the same access. And a lot of the times, like, people want to come back into your life, including friends, including family members, right? Because every time that you're interacting with another person, there is an energy exchange. And some of you guys have very good energy. And so people are good with screwing you over as long as, you're going to accept it, especially if they're going to still have access to your energy. And a lot of the times they will never admit that they're sorry, or they will never come back until you've cut off that energy, because that's when they feel it. That's when they feel it. Yeah, exactly. So we have Page of Cups, and we have the World. Where does this go? I think this is with our Be Realistic. It feels like some of you guys had to learn some type of lessons with this page energy. Like, you had to learn some lessons that have to do with, like, relationships and emotions, how you see love in the world in general. I guess kind of like what I was talking about earlier, like, especially with this being here with this Be Realistic, like taking those glasses off. What do they talk about? Like taking off those rose colored glasses and seeing things for what they are and for how they are, seeing people for, how they are. Some of some people have a gift of seeing the good, like, in other people, even when they can't see it themselves, right? But just because you see the good, that doesn't mean that you're meant to, continue to give them opportunity after opportunity to prove that they're good people, so that you can know, like, yeah, I see you're good. Well, it's up to them to see it and to take those actions. You're not meant to just stick around and punish yourself, waiting for someone to realize and to recognize that they're a good person. Everyone has potential. Everyone. But not everyone is going to realize that potential. And you have to accept that. You have to be okay with that. Which is why, I like to talk about the only people that we can control is ourselves. I know, so I'm being guided to share, like, with my kids, I'm kind of seen as a more, and it's funny because my mom, she actually made a comment about, the way that I parent, right? So with my kids, I've always been more of like the, I guess, gentle parent. I'm the one that believes in like natural consequences. I've never, like, for people, and there's nothing, I don't know, it's not my thing, but I've never been like someone, I've never spanked my kids. I'll just say that, right? And I wasn't raised that way. I was raised with that spare the rod, spoil the child, or whatever that was. I got, I didn't get whooped a lot, but, I did get, spankings growing up. But as a child, I knew that I would never do that to my kids. I've always treated my kids like adults, right? Like I trust in them. Like if I'm giving them the information, I'm giving them the tools, I'm giving them the skills, I'm trusting in them to make the right decisions. And I know with one decision in particular, my teenage son, he was like, he just out of the blue, he was like, Mom, thank you. Because I know like a lot of parents would not give their kid a choice, like in the particular matter that he was talking about. And he's like, that's what makes you like the best mom that I could ever hope for. And my mom used to kind of make fun of the fact that I did not, not that she made fun of it, but, she would say things about, my views on how you discipline kids. And she made a comment not long ago where she said, yeah, was talking to, and she was talking about older son, my oldest son. And she was like, he's so grateful, like for everything. And I said, well, yeah, that's just how he is. That's how they, that's how my kids are. And she was like, yeah, they're different. Like, and it's refreshing. Like they're different, but it's like really nice to see. So, yeah. You have to give people the opportunity to just be them. And you have to understand that not everyone is on the same path as you. Not everyone is going to make the same choices as you. Not everyone is going to learn their lessons at the same rate or speed as you do. And you have to give people the autonomy to learn their lessons at their pace. But that does not mean that you allow them to disrespect you or betray you. I wouldn't give them more than one. You got one time, you got one shot, and that's it. Doesn't mean that you never talk to them, you never interact with them, but don't give them that access. Yeah. Under the be mature, we have justice, and that came, so here's the card, but it came in, it flipped in reverse. Oh wow, I just noticed them arguing. There's like two people arguing here, like yelling at each other, and the judge is like just kind of fed up with it. It's almost like someone has to be the bigger person with this be mature, with this I will be mature. Sometimes you guys cutting people off and just like walking away is you showing how much you love that other person. Because for some of them, their growth does not begin until that previous, like until you cut them off, like until they experience that ending. Hi, Umi, how are you? Yeah. But you do know, like, you're not going to be close, like, because they broke your trust, you're not, it's not going to be the same anyway, at least not immediately. So you can, I'm not saying don't give them the opportunity, like you can. I wouldn't, right? I'm saying I wouldn't, but you can, but take it slow. They have to earn all of that trust back. Do not, a lot of us, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but a lot of us, especially if you're a Cancer or if you have that anywhere in your chart, a lot of the times we hand over like a whole platter of trust up front. You can meet a person and know them for one day and you trust them completely because you're a trustworthy person, right? Because they haven't proven you otherwise. But when someone does prove otherwise, right, they have to earn trust back bit by bit, piece by piece. And maybe eventually you can be close, right? We had under be forgiving, that's in reverse. Now we have this Queen of Swords that came out. This is cutting people off, you guys. Exactly, highly favored. Not everyone, yeah, not everyone deserves that. We have that Queen of Swords right under, like saying, don't be so forgiving. Like you can't just forget what people do. Yeah. And we have the Lovers. I don't know, there's something weird about his face. Some type of regret there, but this is about making a choice. You have a choice. Let me do one more of these and I'm going to go to the next deck. And if anyone wants to ask a yes no question, you can go ahead and start putting those in the chat. We have Six of Wands under Be Realistic. I'm hearing something like, I can be what I want to be, what I want to be. Some of you guys, are looking for some type of validation or acceptance, or you think that that's what you really want or what you really need from another person. But the truth of the matter is, if you're going to be real, be realistic, right? Oh, okay, Nas, okay, yes. That's something to do with you accepting and loving yourself unconditionally, regardless of what I'm hearing, what the people say. There's these songs, but I don't want to sing them, you guys. So it's like something about what the people say. Yeah. At the bottom, we have this Ace of Pentacles, and notice like he's getting like this little basketball, and it's almost like, I'm looking at that number one, but this is almost like just some of you guys getting a new opportunity, right? I'm hearing a new lease on life, but some of you guys are getting a new opportunity. We have the Queen of Wands underneath that. A new opportunity with something that you really want. It is going to take some type of work or some type of building or some type of development. And you're going to be successful as soon as you make that call. You have to make the decision, right? It's your choice. And for a lot of you guys, it is your choice to stay on the current trajectory, like with old people, places, things, jobs that do situationships that do not serve you, that do not respect you as you are, or you can make that decision, you can make that call to move forward and leave all of that, I'm hearing, foolishness behind. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We'll guide it to this little deck again. I think this is like a Archangel Michael Oracle cards or something. And then these are like these are like Cosmic Tarot. And then these are called to simply be cards. And we started off with the little blocks or bloques, which are what I just created. Okay, let me finish this and then I'll look at the questions. We're going to do 3 of these. Okay, so the first one is shield yourself. So some of you guys need to, this kind of reminds me of what I talked about when we first started, about someone who's going to come and like things are about to unravel or be revealed. And you're just being asked to, or the guidance is for you to just kind of shield your energy. But also, and I talked earlier about like not saying anything, right? Like not responding or not reacting to someone. And that's some type of, that is going to protect you in a sense from something. It's almost like for someone's going to try to trigger or like try to get a response or a reaction out of another person. And they may have like people watching so they can be like, see, I told you. Some of you guys could have been dealing with like full-blown narcissists. Hi, Dan. How are you? Yeah. And at the bottom it says, be gentle with yourself, you know, with this shield yourself card. And it makes me feel like, again, some of you guys are meant to just kind of, it says prayer will help this situation. Kind of focus on just like loving yourself. I'm seeing like a bath that has like I'm hearing all the fixings, but this is like a bath that is set up with like, you know, roses or some type of flowers, like a whole beautiful aesthetic with music playing, with, you know, like all of someone's favorites, like some type of bath oils. Like some of you guys need to really do that as a ritual, right? I'm hearing for anxiety for some people. Because a lot of the times when you get like negative energy, like when negative energy is able to breach your protective barriers, your shield, so to speak, like they have to kind of knock your frequency down to even breach your security, right? That's why people talk a lot about high vibration and high frequency. When the higher your frequency, people cannot, like they're not even on your level. They can't touch you. That's why it's so important to focus on self, right? To remove or clean up your environment with, you know, people that are really just trying to, you know, trigger you or whatever. I'm hearing trigger happy. Yeah, we have 2 cards that popped out now. We have self-respect and we have it's time. And we have it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. Shield yourself, self-respect. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. That's what we have. At the bottom, it says decide to be happy now, because it is your choice. It is your decision. And you can speed that process up by making sure that you're taking care of yourself, your vibration, making sure that you're respecting yourself. I'm hearing your temple, respecting your temple, which is your body, mind, body, spirit, putting yourself first, and leaving toxic, unhealthy relationships, situationships, you know, jobs, whatever, leaving all of that behind. It's your decision, right? And it says explore your options. There may be like more than just one way, right? There's more than one way to skin a cat. Like, I don't know why anybody would want to skin a cat at all. Yeah. So, and that one just says, for someone, God is in charge. Yeah. So those are the messages that we have for that collective reading. And I'm going to go ahead and look. I have my phone over here. Let me see if we have any questions. And let me try this one. Okay. Oh, thank you, Shauna. I'm looking at some of the old ones. I'm trying to get to see where we have questions. Okay, what do you think about or know about cord cutting? With that one, highly favored, early in my journey, I did, and so just so you guys know, like, of course, I'm an empath. I'm also clear sentient. So like certain energies that are sent my way, I feel it. Like, I may not show it, but I feel energy, and I mean, I really feel energy. And especially when I was coming into like learning about my gifts and what certain things meant. And so I had to do a lot of like protection type things. And one did have to do with like cord cutting, but only in the sense of like, I'm really into music and frequencies, like that really soothes my soul, right? And so I think like on YouTube, there are some like meditation videos that have to do with like cord cutting. And I would listen to those very like frequently. Anytime I could feel someone trying to creep in my energy, I would be listening to like the cord cutting frequencies, meditations. Um, I also make sure that I voice, because I talk a lot about, you guys, make sure that you're speaking up and make sure that you're using your voice. Your words are powerful, right? And so I don't have a problem with saying no one is allowed in my energy without my express consent. Like, I will speak that. And that's just what it is. If I feel someone that's like strong enough to like kind of get into my, and really, so this is, I feel like I need to say for some of you guys, if you feel things, right? Like you're clairsentient, you're, whatever. For some of you guys, one of the things that I actually had to learn was that it was not all of it is like, just because you feel it, it doesn't mean that people are being successful. It doesn't mean that, those bonds or cord, it doesn't mean that they're actually doing anything to you. Sometimes it is like spirit, right? Your guides or something is alerting you, letting you know so that you can clean up. So you can do like a little bit of spiritual like house cleaning. You know what I mean? Like whether it's a spiritual bath, whether it's you like, burning incense or sage or like whatever it is that you do for you. For some of you, it might be music, right? So for some of you guys, just know that it's just kind of like to get you in the habit of taking care of yourself, like your spiritual environment, that type of a thing. So yeah. So if you feel that, then do not hesitate to try the frequencies. Yeah, Brooke, and I mean, yeah, that is definitely a gift. So, and a lot of you guys, like, I know some of you might notice that a lot of the times I say I feel, or, and it's weird because like I receive messages through feeling somehow, right? And sometimes when I'm saying, it's like I can feel images. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like, it's like I see it, but it's really through some type of feeling. So, I guess I needed to say that for someone. If you have that particular gift, you're not losing it. It is actually a thing. I think that was. Okay, Umi, did you, let me see. Oh, okay, so 2 questions. Is the man with the dog a love interest? So this is Umi. And if I'm skipping anyone, you guys just let me know. It means I just didn't see it, okay? Sorry, I like to see. Is the handsome man with the dog I met today a potential love interest? Sorry, you guys. My guides, sometimes they say it's like smart aleck comments, and it just throws me off because I'm so. So what I heard was like everyone is a potential love interest, and that just like when I hear stuff like it just throws me off. So I still hadn't gotten the answer yet. Hold on. Okay, so for that, Umi, the answer is yes. Should I take this bartending? Ooh, okay, bartending opportunity. I'm hearing doesn't even make sense to me. I'm hearing you break, you buy. That was on a movie, I think. Oh, maybe that wasn't meant to be funny. Hold on. Okay, so the answer is yes for the bartending opportunity. I'm hearing something about just remember you're not like married to that job or something like that. So I guess I don't know if the guidance is like, do I need to pull a card? Hold on. I'm hearing just know that, or just remember, like, be open to other opportunities even while you're bartending, okay? So, because I feel like there might be like some type of opportunities that are presenting you. Okay, so you know how, like, when you're single, for some people, I mean, this is just like what people kind of joke about. Like, when you're single, like, nobody's checking for you, right? And then when you're married or you're in a long-term relationship, everybody is like, "Oh, I've always wanted you," and "Oh, I've always wanted to be with you." It's that type of energy when it comes to this job. So I don't know if you had been looking at other opportunities and feeling like you were not getting like any play. I don't know why they make it sound like a relationship, but it's kind of like maybe you weren't getting any play like with other opportunities or jobs. But it's like now that you're about to accept an opportunity, it's like everybody is like, "Oh, I wanted you to work for me." It just feels kind of like that. And so it also feels though that like one of those opportunities, oh gosh, one of those opportunities is going to be, I'm hearing something about a pivotal moment or experience. So just kind of keep your eyes open, right, for other opportunities. I'm hearing, I got a new attitude. So I don't know. It's Spirit. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm sorry. I skipped Umi by accident and I went to highly favored. Okay. With the cord cutting. And let me just say also highly favored that a lot of the times what essentially happens is that you cut the cord and the person's gonna come running back. A lot of the times that's what they do. When you cut cords, people come running back, and it's to try to get back in your energy when you cut the cord. And so then you're kind of presented with, okay, like when people talk about being tested, like this could be an example, right? Of like like you've cut this person out of your energy and they come running back to try to weasel their way back in. And so it's kind of like you're at that crossroads, right? Where you have to decide, are you going to go in for another karmic cycle, meaning another lesson with this person? Or are you going to stand strong, stand on business, and tell them to keep it pushing and you keep moving forward as well? So just kind of be aware of that. I mean, cord cutting, I think, is kind of like also like, you know, how Mercury retrograde, like all your exes try to come running back. Same thing with cord cutting. They try to come running back. And it's you might also get like not just that ex, you may get like other random exes. You might get, you know, just other people coming to try to get back in your energy. um I would start now. Are you talking about like where you're gonna pay someone to do the services for you, or are you like wanting to do some things on your own? Because um it's not always like a one and done. I've never tried, you know, I've never paid anyone for spiritual services or anything like that, but you know, like cord cutting, like I've never paid for that. So depending on the person, like I can't speak on it, but if it's something that you're planning to do for yourself, it's not always like a one-time thing and then it's done. It might take, like, if there's a process to that, it may take hold on, let me get it right because I'm hearing a smart comment. Okay, 5 to 7 business days is what I'm hearing. So yeah. Yeah. So just kind of keep in mind, like, it, you can definitely start now because I'm hearing that it may take, you know, 5 to 7 business days for it to, for you to really feel, um, I'm hearing, I want to be made over. Yeah. 24. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Watching some football. Um, Me and my daughter ever have a relationship? She hasn't spoken to me in years. She's 21. Okay. So, Jamie, and you know I'm really big about what we're speaking, right? So, I'm going to go there. So, the first thing is like that end part where you're saying that she's out of control. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't speak that. Don't write that, right? Um, and you know what I talk a lot about is like giving people the opportunity to go at their own pace and to learn their lessons at their pace. And I know, like, being mom, like that's good, that's hard, that's difficult, to allow your kids like to live their life and to, you know, like learn their own lessons. I'm not even going to say mistakes because like it's just, you know, we learn lessons, right? um so any, I feel like any communication that you have with your daughter, make sure that it's positive in the sense of like, you know, no critiquing, no giving advice, no giving unsolicited advice, right? um and really speaking up just how much you love her, how happy you are, like every time that you talk to her, right? How just I just feel like someone just like, um I'm hearing Dr. Phil, if you guys remember him, where he would always say it takes 1,000 attaboys or 1,000 attagirls, right? To make a difference with, you know, certain things. And so it's kind of like making sure that you're just kind of setting the stage for her to know that you're always there for her, that you support her, and just keeping everything positive, not kind of pushing anything, and allow her, because I'm here, like she loves her mama, like she loves her mom, right? And this, like whatever this is, like I don't know if you're taking it personal, I feel like she might just need this time. She might just need some time for herself. And you have to respect that. And the more that she sees that you respect that, I'm here, man, it's something like, man, mom is really different. Like there's something like, just just stay positive, only speak positive, like hold it in anytime you want to give like some type of unsolicited, and I'm not saying don't give her advice. If she asks you, politely like give your advice, don't try to force it. Yeah, you're welcome, Umi. But let me see, let me ask the question though, okay? I mean, I haven't really, like, I'm looking at it, I'm just hearing of course, but I feel like it's gonna take some time. So the answer is yes, Jamie. I'm hearing something about tread lightly. I'm almost seeing, feeling a deer, right? Just be gentle. I just feel something like that. Just be gentle. Yeah. She'll come to you like when she's ready. And I'm being reminded of like those, like, you guys know how I feel about those what do you doing texts, right? Like WYD and all of that, like people doing things like that. That irritates the snot out of me, right? But Jamie, I'm getting for you, it's almost like if you're not already, just like make sure that you're sending some random like, thinking of you, miss you, like just but spare, like space it out. You know what I mean? Just hit her with some of the what are you doing text, like not literally what are you doing, but just I'm getting the sense of like keeping things really lighthearted, like emojis, or not emojis, well maybe like but like the little memes, and like lighthearted things where you're expressing that you love her and that you miss her. So I'm getting a lot of that. I'm here for you, that type of a thing. Hi, LA Moore. Dan, I'm gonna go ahead and ask the question, but you asked about the same person, but your question is different. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask and see. Dan, who is Okay, I'm getting a no for that. There's something to do with some type of detox that you're needing to do. I don't know if it has to do with like Hannah detox. I was guided to this one. It says, I will be a good listener. Dan, I feel like you're getting some type of guidance, like inner, like you're not listening to your intuition, your intuitive guidance as it relates to this particular situation. At the bottom, it says be healthy. So I don't know if like, I mean, I didn't want to, there are some other things that I heard, but I don't want to say those, but it's kind of like make sure that you, it's like you're, make sure that you're not like like thinking too much or giving this person too much of your time and energy. Like if they're not pouring the same amount of time and energy into you, then you need to stop giving that person your time and your energy. That includes thinking about this person. It needs to be reciprocal, right? So if you're not getting that with this person, then you need to let them go. You need to go on like a detox of this person completely. Like don't think about them, don't message them, don't do anything. Because it can get unhealthy. Like it can start to get unhealthy. And we have at the top, be honest. I'm hearing blocking your blessings. Thank you. I'm missing one on the other hand. I'm hearing, yeah, it's something about you blocking your blessings. I don't know if it's because you're just like focused on this one person or this one thing. And it's like you need to just like, yeah, put your energy elsewhere. That's what I'm getting. Something, does she recognize how messed up she is towards me at all? Or does she really think she's in the right? Well, if, Brooke, if your mom, Brooke 3, I know that's not a 3. I don't, yeah, but if she is a narcissist, then you already know, like, no, she doesn't recognize that. Or like if she truly is a narcissist, it's not that she doesn't recognize it, it's just that like it's irrelevant, like she doesn't care. And that's not gonna change. Like if she's truly a narcissist, right? Like unless she is getting some type of treatment, like that's not gonna change. And a lot of people that are empaths, like, may not recognize it, but a lot of the time, Like you come from a family that, you know, they might have some narcissistic tendencies, and you end up dating people with narcissistic tendencies. So does she recognize how messed up she is to you? I'm getting no, she does not. I'm hearing Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. And yeah, she does think that she's in the right. I'm being guided to say you might want to look up some things about narcissistic abuse if you haven't already, as well as there's like, you know, like how to interact or how to deal with, like if she's going to be like a continuous like part of your life, like, you know, um I'm hearing, oh gosh, okay, so I'm hearing not because, so I read like it popped up where you said, you know she has to care, but I mean, I don't know how to say it other than no, she doesn't. And but it's not because she doesn't want to. She doesn't know how to. It is literally like they're, so I'm being guided back to earlier with this deck. We saw one that came out was like be realistic, right? So if you're, like your mom. So if she genuine like if she truly genuinely shows those characteristics and that's what you believe, like you need to read up on, what it is, right? There are things that you're not going to be able to change, and you have to accept that and not take it personal. You cannot take it personal. She loves you in her own way. Just unfortunately, it may come with some strings attached. It may not be like what we seek, or what we expect from, like a parent, which would be unconditional love. But it's not because she just chooses that. It's not intentional. It is what it is. I'm hearing that song, Don't Take It Personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. Easy come, easy go. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Yeah. So, I mean, like, yeah. It's like you can have a relationship with her, but it's just like there are gonna be some serious. You're gonna have to enforce some serious boundaries. But I feel like before you make a decision, you really need to do some research on that. Hi, Emmy. You need to really do some research on that. And yeah, thank you, highly favored, for putting that. Yeah. So I mean, I just don't know what else to say about that. I see, I will say, I see empaths, for those of you that resonate with being empaths, and especially when you meet like a lot of narcissists, or, you have like family members, and, that like you feel like that's what you attract, and, whatever. Personally, I feel like empaths and narcissists are, it's one thing on opposite ends of a spectrum, right? And the difference is that, as an like, if you're an empath, you have choice, like you have a choice, right? Like you can tap into a more like narcissistic type characteristic for your protection, right? But narcissists can never tap into being an empath. They can't. They don't have it. You're welcome, highly favored. It says, I appreciate your knowledge and sharing your expertise and guidance. Thank you guys so much for being here. Oh yeah, highly favored. You're putting some really good information out there. Oh, Brooke Cottle, if I missed you, good night. I'm sorry. Miss Tay, oh wow, you're listening to Make Me Over. Can you ask if it will work for me, and should I do it before I move, after, or both? Okay, so yeah, highly favored. We said start now with that. So I have to worry about H popping up to my house unannounced. Okay, so Miss Tay, do I have to worry about H popping up to my house unannounced? Um, I wouldn't worry about it, definitely, but let me ask the question, Miss Tay, and then I'll give you. Okay, so I'm getting no. I'm gonna ask your question though in a different way, with what I think you're wanting to know, if they will be popping up to your, like if you'll have to deal with, or if they will pop up at your house unannounced. Okay, so, and that's why like, I know yes no questions are a little weird, like you have to be very specific. So I know, um like, you don't, because the original answer is no, you don't have to worry about that person popping up to your house unannounced, because what is there to worry about? They pop up to your house unannounced, unless they have a key, like you just ignore them, you just don't open your door, right? And if they do, like, change your locks. So you shouldn't worry about it whatsoever. Also, make sure that you are explicitly stating, do not come to my house unannounced. That doesn't mean that it will completely stop them, because I will tell, like, I share some bits and pieces about, me, because like, but some people don't know. Like, I've had, where I live now, like I've had two stalkers where I was stalked for several years. And one in particular had a really bad habit of popping up to my house unannounced. But I just don't, I just wouldn't open my door. I would never open my door. And so when you don't open your door, like, even if that person is persistent and comes around, you'll notice that once you stand on business, so that's why we talk about standing on business, right? You can't say don't come to my house unannounced and then they come and then you open the door, right? So they'll start coming less and less. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if he pops up unannounced, don't answer. Just like if he calls, don't answer. If he texts, don't answer. So I mentioned yesterday, like, um, there were two people recently that, I talked to before, and, you know, I decided, like, look, this isn't going to work out. And so one person messaged me like a couple of weeks ago, and I just simply said, do not text or call me ever again, period. Like, just like I told you before. But, people will try. Like, what they do is they pop up or they call to see if you're going to stand on business, right? To see if they can get you to bring your walls down, if they can trample all over your boundaries, or bring down your boundaries or whatever, right? And if they feel like you don't love yourself and you don't respect yourself, they feel like they can actually get away with it. That's the message that they receive when you tell them don't call, don't text, don't whatever, and then you answer anyway. So I simply said to one, don't call, don't text, whatever. And their response was okay, because they know, like, I mean that. Like, I didn't hear anything else from this person. And I'm I guess the point with that is, like, that person respected that. That was a healthy, like, I guess, like, they're gonna try it. So this person has a more healthy mentality. So the response was like, okay. And they did not reply back, right? The second person that tried it, this was a couple of days ago, and I said, do not text or call me again. And so rather than just saying okay, like the other person, and not messaging again, this person attempts to message me again. So I read it, because like, they don't want to respect boundaries. People that don't respect your boundaries, like, you have to go, those are the people that you have to go no contact with. So I didn't reply back. I didn't respond. I don't feel anything for them. So, like, but you could just like block the person, or, whatever. But some people, they're going to try to overstep the boundaries. And it's up to you. That's where, again, where we're talking about sitting at the crossroads, where we talk about karmic lessons and tests, right? So, because at that moment, to make the call. You have to decide, am I going to engage for another karmic cycle, another lesson of me, another cycle of me learning some lesson with this person, and probably being betrayed, or, ghosted, or, whatever? Am I going to allow that? Or am I going to, I mean, what were the cards we had? I think I put one of them back, but it was like, the one that said self-respect, and then it says it's time to leave this unhealthy situation, right? Like, you're having to make that call. When they see that you really mean it, like, you mean it, they'll eventually stop. And I know it's annoying. Yeah. And if you have to, because, like, out of those two people, and this is not the phone calls, but out of the two people here where I've experienced being, like, stalked, and I mean seriously stalked. Like, I live in the country. I'm talking one person, like, hiding behind trees and bushes. One person, like, parked outside waiting for me to, come in and out of my house so that they can try to get to me, or whatever. And one of those, out of those two, one of them I actually did do an actual police report. So and the police officer actually told me, like, make sure that you put out a no trespassing sign, and have your weapon locked and loaded. But make sure that you have your, and he told me, because I'm living, like, I'm from Texas. In Texas, like, you don't need no sign. Like, you don't come in anybody's house. You don't come on people's property without their permission, period. Like, you can do, like, you can't even touch another person's car, right, in Texas, because that person actually has the right to take care of that business. Like, you can do whatever, and you can actually, like, be let go, right? But in Mississippi, like, it's really weird to me, but apparently, like, you have to actually show that you mean, like, no trespassing. So you have to have a visible sign and all of that stuff. And so I was actually given, like, things to do, and then they were keeping it on record in case this person, you know, kept bothering me. Yeah. So always make sure that you kind of do what you need to do. Like, if you need to, like, file a report, make sure that you put, like, in writing, like, when you've text, like, do not call, do not show up to my house. You do not have permission. You do not have my consent. Like, I will use extra words just to, like, you do not have my consent for blah blah blah. Like, let them know that you mean it. And don't open the door. Don't answer the door ever again for this person, and don't answer their calls or texts ever again. Yeah. Okay. And I'm like, I'm from Texas, so I'm like, what do you mean I can't just, shoot somebody if they on my property? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's so weird to me. What is it like? Why do I have to put out a sign? It's common sense. Like, don't trespass. Don't get on people's property without their permission. Like, I don't know. Yeah, okay, good, Jamie. Cord cutting, yes. And let me go back real quick. Like, Jamie, and I know, like, as far as, like, with your daughter, I know we've talked, I think, about you journaling, or like, even coming up with, like, your list, right, when it comes to, like, relationships. Like, your daughter, that's also a relationship, so you can actually write and manifest the type of, like, relationship that you want to have with your daughter, right? Just make sure that you're not writing anything that's going to um like, try to impede on her free will, right? So, your daughter's name and I, we have a beautiful relationship. We have a beautiful mother-daughter relationship. We go out and get our hair and nails done together, once a month, or, like, be very explicit as to what it is that you're trying to manifest. And then also, where you're doing, like, these messages showing that you love her, like, and you're thinking about her, and, respecting her, and all of that stuff. But and then behind the scenes, you are envisioning, and you're journaling about, like, having a really beautiful relationship with that daughter, with your daughter, and then taking those actions, right, to make sure that it manifests even quicker. Okay. And Brooke, three, like, just so you know, like, I completely understand. Like, maybe one day I'll share my story, but I'm just gonna tell you, like, I do understand. And I will share that, like, my, like, with my own mom, like, we're definitely not close. And I definitely, have noticed some things about like how she treats me versus, my siblings and things like that. But, I remember one day like being just so upset about it and like, what did I do? Like what, internalizing it like this was a part of my path, right? Like, I never did anything to deserve this or whatever. And I was getting the guidance of like not taking it personal. And I one thing about my mom, like a lot of the times those type of traits come from like especially for narcissists, it actually comes from like a lot of the times it comes from some type of trauma, right? Same with empaths, it comes from trauma. And it's like you are at the crossroads, we're back at these crossroads, and it's like, okay, you can either you're going to go like this narcissistic type path or you're going to go this empath type path. But I don't know that you actually like get a choice in which way that you go. I don't know if that's something to do with chemicals or something. But I do know that I love my mom no matter what, regardless. But I don't share my life, like, details about my life anymore. I don't give a lot of time or energy into like trying to have any type of relationship. Um, but I do understand, right? And don't know where, like, with all that my mom has actually experienced, whether she wants to admit that they're traumatic or not. I also have to remember, like, for me, when my mom was pregnant with me, my dad was murdered. So imagine like your husband and they were married. So imagine, I have to think to my, I'm it wasn't me just coming up with the epiphany. It was like, this information that I'm getting, like, just imagine being, 6, 7 months pregnant and, you're all of a sudden left with, like a 2 year old and a baby on the way. So, does that excuse her actions? No. Does that mean that I have to allow her, my energy, and for me to pour into a relationship that there's no reciprocity in that it's not reciprocal? Do I have to continue to pour in and forgive and forget? Absolutely not. Because if it's unhealthy for me, if I don't feel safe in the relationship, then that's just a no. Cecil, bye. Let me make sure you didn't have a question before you left. Okay, no. Bye, Cecil. So just it's kind of like, going back to don't take it personal. Your mom may have like stories or things that she may not even share, right? But it still doesn't excuse or mean that you have to form a relationship or an unrealistic relationship with her. Like you can have a relationship with certain boundaries, right? And anything that I feel like is super important to me, that has to do with like my life, I don't share any of those things. And it's sad, but it is what it is. Okay? Yeah. You're welcome, Brooke. Question for you. Could you ask why when I'm dreaming I'm me, but not in my own body? Well, if you I'll see if I can get an answer for that, Emmy. But what instantly comes to mind, and I get that too. And sometimes I'm not even me, but I'm me, but I'm outside of me. That isn't really me. So, with those dreams, like they're very interesting. But I'm hearing like there's something about different perspectives, right? So if you are in your dream as you, right? You know that you're you. You're only able to see. I'm kind of feeling like what's in front of you, right? But when you are outside, like when you're not in your body, I'm hearing omnipresence. So it's just like you're getting 360 degree angle. Like you're able to see it from all perspectives, or like you get a better view, a bird's eye view. There's something like that. Okay. Yeah, I get that as well. Um, Let me see. I remember, what was that? Hold on, I'm looking for this. I'm hearing something about like so you can see what we see. I'm hearing something about more information. Let me know what. Let me know. For some of these things, Emmy, I'm actually getting for some of them it's not you, like it's kind of like not you. Like it's kind of like like I heard something about manual labor, but it's almost like you're working. I don't know what that is. I'm hearing that song, God's Plan. Some of them it's like you don't really need to worry about. It's like you're working, but it's not anything for this physical world that we're in right now, if that makes any sense. Um, it's almost like when you're in your body, those are dreams like for you. They're about you. When you're out of your body, that's something else. But like, don't I'm getting the sense of like need to know basis. Like you don't like it's not. Don't worry about it. I don't know. That's just what I'm getting. Okay. You don't even need to really make sense of those. Yeah. So it might be a part of like some type of gift that you have. Okay, so I'm getting, and I think I've shared with some of you guys before. Sometimes when I ask questions, like my mind is always like there, I'm always hearing chatter, right? And when it's completely silent, especially with the questions that you guys give, that there, I'm not going to get an answer. Yeah. They're not. So I asked the question. I asked the question, like, was that representing like maybe a different timeline for you? Because if, they talk about like time is not real, right? And sometimes we can actually be living multiple timelines at once. And I asked if it was something to do with another timeline because I'm not getting anything. It's completely blank. It's like it's none of my business. It's nothing that is going to be shared. So yeah. But I get the same thing, just so you know. I have the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's like. Like living two lives, really probably more, but it's like living two lives at once. Yeah. Like I know I shared one dream that I have that I had on like my other channel, but I'm more active on like I haven't really been doing much with it, but it's like the Oracle Evolution is what it's called. And I shared a dream where it was that type of a dream, right? Like I was not in my body. I don't know what I looked like. Um, yeah, but I was like with Tupac or something. It was like he was shot. He was in the hospital. There were some girls trying to get in his room. Um, Access was denied. And then all of a sudden, like I'm in a cop car and telling, like, and I'm overhearing what the cops are saying. And I'm saying, yeah, I was just with him. He was at the hospital, right? And then we're at a point where I'm helping, you know, him get like Tupac, like we're getting him out of the hospital, putting him into like this black car, and somebody's like complaining and trying another woman is trying to come along, and I'm like, and I tell Tupac, I don't even know what I look like I didn't see me. But I know it wasn't me, but it was me. And I made the comment like, no, leave her. Um because there was something like wrong, something was off about her or something like that. She was just, it was a bad feeling that I had about her in the dream. Like, and it's like, I've never met Tupac. I wasn't. So, yeah. And I never got any information or guidance as to like why I would have that dream. Yeah. So this doesn't, depending on who you are, and you may not know who you are, But depending on who you are, some things are a need to know basis, and you're just going to have to accept that. Some things are a need to know basis. Yeah, that was like, I've never met Tupac. I know in person, I know I've never met him. But that was in that dream. Like, I was helping him out of the hospital and we were taking him somewhere. I mean, he was injured, he was still hurt, and I don't know, I don't know who I was. Of course, Alasia, go ahead and put your question in the chat. We're just talking because I've answered all the questions that were put out so far. But I will say, when I was younger, I went to California, in this town like that was close to LA, because my mom was like, okay, you love to sing and you want to pursue acting. Like, why, she sent me with her cousin and she was like, in case I wanted to pursue that. And I went, and um I actually did meet someone that looked just like Tupac, but it wasn't him. Like, I think he would have been too young. I mean, he was older than me, but he would have been too young to be Tupac. um and he actually like tried to get me to go to like pool party or something like that. Now keep in mind, like, this was after I graduated high school. I graduated high school at 16. So I was like a little girl, like alone, like in this Los Angeles area, wanting to be a singer. And so, like, all this stuff, like, if you guys have been keeping up with like what's coming out about these singers and rappers, especially the females, and like what they had to go through and put up with, like, I was invited to that pool party and I got like these all kinds of like weird vibes. And I immediately was like, I'm coming back home. And I went back home. Like, I didn't do anything with that. So, okay. So, Alasia, I'm getting a no. And that's just based off of like with how you worded your question. Yes, no questions can sometimes be a little bit finicky, and I'm just kind of being guided to share that with you. Like, if you're talking about um like, for example, if we're like, let's say you're talking about like a relationship or a situationship, or something like that, right? Like, you're I don't know, I mean, it doesn't really matter what type of relationship, but I'm giving this one as an example. Like, let's say you're talking about a relationship, but you have not established that you are exclusive. Like, you guys have not agreed on being exclusive. And you ask the question, is your person playing you, with the way that you have that one worded? The answer, like, even if they are with other people, the answer is going to be no. Like, they can't play you if you guys have not established that you're exclusive, right? With a like an actual, just like a mute, like a friend, like a platonic friendship. I mean, any relationship, if they're doing something that you qualify as playing you, but you guys have not sat down to have a conversation about what is acceptable and not acceptable. This could be a friendship, this could be a romantic, relationship, or whatever. If you guys haven't had an actual conversation about certain boundaries, then that answer is going to be like, the answer is going to be no, because you haven't established anything. How can they play you? So if you have like, if you want to ask that in a different way to see if the answer is different, you can. But with what you've asked, the answer is no, they're not playing you. So, but I hope that that makes sense. Yeah. And anyone else, if you guys have any questions, like you would like to ask a yes, no question, please feel free. RH, like why wouldn't they try to contact you? So when you say that you cut this person from your life, I mean it depends, right? What do you mean with your mind, like playing with your mind, like mind games? But is this more like about a relationship, or like what do you like? You know, if you can share a little bit more, because like it really just depends. Because again, if you guys haven't established anything, like you haven't actually had a mutual agreement, then they're not playing. They're not playing. You know, it just depends. But with the way that you worded it, you know, no, they're not. If you're wanting to know, but you're not really wanting to say, like if this is something about like someone, a friend, and they're, you know, talking like they're wanting to be in a relationship and they're playing, and you're wanting to know if they're playing like mind tricks or something like that. Yeah, just go ahead and ask what you want to ask, like just flat out, like just be as blunt as possible. That's how you get the most accurate answer. RH. Okay, so a former relationship. Okay, Alasia, I'm gonna come right back to you. So a former relationship, you cut them out of your life, but they're trying to contact you. RH. Did you tell them not to contact you? Typically when people like you're no longer with someone and then here they come trying to come back in, like typically it's because they want something, or they thought the grass was greener somewhere. And okay, so we talked about it a little bit earlier with someone else, but like some people, like that's really what they do. They want to they're trying to test the waters to see if you are going to stand on business. Like especially if they were able to manipulate you in the past, or like you gave them multiple opportunities in the past. Like it's going to take a while for them to really understand that you mean what you know, like you mean what you say you mean, because you may have like kind of trained them that like if they like wait a little bit and then come in, and then you know maybe things will be, you know, hunky-dory, like you'll let them right back in. So I'm getting something about more light. So if this person like left you drained a lot, like drained your energy when you were in a relationship with them. um oh yeah, good. So it doesn't matter why they're trying to contact you, just continue to stand your ground. But if this person, like if they, it's, I don't know if they would feed off of the volatility, like the triggering you and things like that. Once you kind of cut people off completely that are like energy vampires, so to speak, right? And if, or narcissists, kind of like the same thing, right? And you were like a really good supply, you were the best supply that this person, ever had, meaning like you could really feed them and fill them like with your energy, with your light, so to speak. Um, because it's kind of like the sense of like someone zapping your light, right? Like they're depleting you of your life, and it's kind of like it's transferring over to another person. Then yeah, they're gonna try. So it doesn't matter. Like just continue to do what you do. Ignore them. If you have to, block them. I'm hearing no bars. So yeah, continue to do what you do. It's okay. You don't have control over people attempting to contact you. You only have control over whether or not you respond, right? And their reason why is irrelevant, especially if they did that to you. Like, okay, yeah, yeah, keep them blocked. And I know for, some people that don't resonate with this, but like I'm going to go back to like people that feel or that are like empaths, or like you have a strong tie or connection with a person. Like when you block this person, they essentially, and then it's like you unblock them, and then all of a sudden they are sending you messages, right? Like they have that much access to your energy, right? Like they can sense when there's like a, I'm seeing like a little, like a wormhole, like a little portal of trying to get their way back in. So just continue to do what you do, and yeah, that's all you can do. Continue to ignore them and block them again if you have to. Like nobody cares what they want. Nobody cares. Yeah, exact. Oh yeah, like when you block someone and immediately you're feeling like at peace and you're feeling calm, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so he told me. Okay, so Alasia. Ooh, LA Moore. How? Okay, awesome. Thank you, LA Moore. Alasia, he told me he liked me. Okay, so you're wanting to know if he's being genuine when he says that he likes you. So Alasia, I'm kind of getting the sense that I'm going to go back to something that I talk about a lot with my readings. Like this person saying that they like you, or that they want to be with you, or that they want to have a relationship with you, or that they see a future with, like, if anyone is telling you these things, right? But they are not backing it up with action. What they're saying, the words that are coming out of their mouth are completely irrelevant. It's like they didn't say it. So if this person is saying that they like you, as in trying to get you to believe that they want to have like an actual relationship with you eventually, like that's where it's headed. Like, are you guys, how has he asked you out on a date? Like, is this person taking you out on dates? And I mean out on dates. I don't mean Netflix and chill. Is this person taking you out on dates? And, so it's just kind of like, how often is this person calling you? Like, are they making efforts to get to know you? What are they talking about with you? Like, kind of pay attention to even like the conversations that this person is having with you. Are they more focused on like, what you would want to know when you're trying to build a relationship? Or are they more like leaning a lot towards, like when people want to get you to quickly let your guard down so they can, quickly, what I heard was take you to Pound Town. Okay. So it's just like, look at that person's actions. but I'm getting like, I didn't get a clear yes or no. Is this person playing? I'm just gonna ask it a different. Is this person playing mind games? Is this person lying? Okay, so I had to just say, does this person, but what does that mean? Like he's seen with you, but like, is he taking you out? Like that is very, like if he's not taking you out, like on dates and things like that, that's very low effort. Very low effort. And what this person shows you, like as far as like the amount of effort that they're putting in to actually, dating, courtship, tells you what they really think about you, what category they've placed you in, if they really want to have a relationship, like an actual exclusive relationship, or if they're just trying to get in and get out. Like, some of them may not even be wanting to get in and out. Like maybe they just want like someone that's just there. So I think that you just need to kind of, sit with some of that. Like, I just want to ask so many questions, right? Like, how long have you been seeing this person? How many dates have you gone out on? Like, it, because the answer that I got, when I just flat out said, is this person trying to have like an exclusive relationship with you? The answer is no. I'm hearing one of many. Um, Love and hate are essentially the same thing. Like, if your love is turned into hate, Justin, like, I don't know what that means. That's a lot of energy to give to whoever. The opposite of love is not hate. It's indifference. Okay. So what's wrong with that, Alasia? 38 and 33? Is that like making you like Alasia? Does that make, is that what's like making you feel a certain type of way? So, Alasia, I'm just not getting the sense of like this being something that like you guys have like it doesn't mean that this person will not have a relationship with you. I just don't know if you guys have actually like have you guys actually had sit down, like have you expressed your like what is it that you're looking for, right? um like what is your end goal, what is the end game for you when it comes to relationships, and have you put those cards on the table? Have you discussed it in that sense? Have you guys discussed being in a relationship and exclusivity, and like your expectations and him talking about his expectations? Have you guys put it on the, put the cards on the table as far as like, he's saying he's looking for an exclusive relationship, and I mean like now, like not like far off in the future. Like it really just depends on what it is that you're talking about, right? Like, are you guys on the same page? I just keep feeling like maybe like I don't know, like maybe you're not being as like clear and blunt and to the point with this person as you could be or as you should be. And what that means or what that leads to is potential miscommunication, right? Because like I said at the beginning, like with the questions, it wasn't like I wasn't given like a yes no. It was like I mean, it just depends on, it feels like it just depends on, I don't feel like you really, like maybe you feel like someone should just know, like the assumption, like sometimes we feel like people should just know, like people should just know better, or people should just understand. Like I get more of that vibe than you guys actually having a serious like conversation. I'm hearing no holds barred. Because it's like if the person, like if you guys actually have a conversation, you establish like you're on the same, page, then you have a, it's like that opens up the gates for, or the floodgates, I guess, for the potential of an actual relationship, or allowing this person to express how they feel from that particular perspective. But if it's like a, oh, I'm just seeing what's out there. Oh, it's just, like I'm not looking for anything in particular, but you want to get married and have kids or something like that. Like that is confusing, and it's going to lead to confusion and to there's a miscommunication there. And I don't know. I don't know the conversations that you guys have had, but it feels like there are things left unsaid. So I almost feel like with the question that you're wanting to know, and even the follow-up questions that I'm asking, like trying to get you the answers, like I feel like it's not even fair to that person if you got, like if you're not completely honest with this person when it comes to like what it is that you want. Because playing with you would be like, because like if you're looking for exclusivity and you're looking for like an actual relationship, like and even a relationship leading to marriage, but you don't tell this person that, um and then this person can make assumptions. You know what I mean? Like it's not a good combination. There's let me see something real quick. Jeez. So is that okay? So you're in a good friendship, or you want a good friendship? Because see, like I'm even struggling to like get information out of you. You see what I'm saying? Like, what about a good friendship? There's something to do with communication, and it's almost like you can't fault like even if this person, if like because if are you wanting to know if this person is like dating other people, having sex with other people, if they're only with you, like I mean specific, like what do you want to know, and what do you like good friendship, is that all that you want from the relationship? And if that's all that you want from the relationship, how could they be playing you, or how could they be playing with your head? Like there are just some things that are not being clearly communicated. And if you're telling this person that you're good friends, or that you want to be like you guys have a good friendship, and that's how you qualify or quantify your relationship, and this person is talking to other people, but you don't want them to, but you said that you're friends, like how is that fair? So what do you want? I'm just hearing like the math in mathin'. What, like, there's some type of disconnect. And until you kind of, fill in those gaps. Oh, we had be optimistic. So there's something to do with like the way that you're thinking about a situation, like you're being guided to like be positive or think positive with it. But I really like there's something with like communication that needs to be had. Okay, but be honest about what? Like if you are good friends, like you're good friends, right? Like, and if that's all that you want, because I don't know, like based off of what you've typed, all you put was good friendship, for him to be honest and respectful. For what, to what end? For what purpose? What do you want from him? Like, are you looking, like you're not telling me yay or nay if you're trying to have an actual relationship, as far as like a romantic, mutual, mutually exclusive relationship. If you are wanting to be married, like you're not saying flat out what it is that you want. Yeah, I still don't understand. Like, what do you want from this person? Like, those are characteristic traits that, like, either he has them or he doesn't. But what do you want from this person? Do you want him to just be your friend, or are you looking for him to be in a long term, committed, exclusive relationship with you? Or is there something in between that? And unless and until you can actually verbalize what it is that you want, like what you're asking doesn't make sense. How can he be playing with you? Hi, Dark Fairy. I'm getting yes. I'm also getting like everyone technically has that ability. So, yeah, the answer then, Jamie, was yes. You might have to do some things to kind of strengthen it, practice with it. And of course, just understand that, like you don't have like free reign and free access to everyone, like everyone has the ability to allow you into their energy, into their energetic field or not. Who has a lot of kids, Alasia? You or him? So I'm just gonna say, like Alasia, I feel like there's some type of work that you need to do as it relates to being able to express what it is that you want, and even identifying if another person kind of fits in with where you're wanting to go in life or where you're headed, right? Like, in, I mean, I don't know, like depending on that like it's completely up to you, but if this person has a lot of kids, depending on the ages of his kids, especially if he has really young ones, depending on how many, mothers there are for his children, depending on how is he taking care of his children, like all of those are important. And like, are you looking at all of those aspects? Like, what about him? Like, why do you want him to like you? Right? Because if he has a lot of kids, and I don't know how old his kids are, but if they're young, he needs to be focusing on like you know, Is that what you want? Like, like to what end? You want to be, um, I mean, let's be honest. You said you want to be a girlfriend. Like, is that as far as you want it to go with this person? Is just to be his girlfriend? I just feel like you need to do some type of work, and also you need to be making sure that you're looking at the long term. Is this person a good fit for the long haul and for the long term, um, with where you're wanting your life to go? And you also, like, no matter what, like if you're wanting to be girlfriend, like you guys need, like, this person, does this person know that, right? Or did you kind of come across like you just wanted to be friends? And if you came across like you want to be friends, this person is not playing you. When they say that they like you, or anything else, they can like you and be like you as your friend. Him being nice, like, that's anybody that you date, anybody that you allow in your energy should be nice. That's a very low bar for them to be nice. That's not good enough. It shouldn't be good enough. Let me take that back, because you can accept whatever you want to accept, but like, that's a given. Like, he shouldn't even be allowed around you if he's not nice. Oh, that's awesome, Jamie. Learning how to see auras. That's great. Okay, Miss Tay. We are in. So, Miss Tay, with your question, I'm hearing like, what are you doing different that's going to ensure that you would be financially stable? What are you doing different? I feel like you're gonna be better off than, obviously, than right now, but it still feels like there's gonna still be some work to do. Jennifer, hi, how are you? You're welcome, Malaysia. Miss Tay, it feels like, I don't know if you've been getting like some type of, we have Uriel and the Sphinx, and it came in reverse, and then we have the winged messengers that also came in reverse. It's like and at the bottom there's a bird's nest. It almost feels like you're not receiving some messages or intuitive guidance, or not following your intuition, not listening to your heart about something. I don't know if there's something to do with, like, with this bird's nest. You see, they're all waiting for the mama bird, um, to bring the food to them. It's like I said, I feel like it's going to be better than now, but it's like there are some things that you're needing to put in place, like maybe some type of planning, budgeting, or something that you need to do in order to make this stick, to make this, um, I'm hearing improve drastically or something. There's some things that you're going to have to do. Yeah, I don't know. Two worlds. Like she's just kind of in that dark room and she's not, like she's just like looking, standing by the fire, by the fireplace. It's just like it feels like you're not doing something. Could be to, yeah, could be something to do with planning, budgeting, something. Jennifer, I totally understand that. So technically it's supposed to be yes, no questions. Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't know if you're going to want to hear that. Hopefully something speeds it up. You're welcome, Miss Tay. Jennifer, but I'm getting like, what card do I need to pull? Thank you, Dark Fairy. Yes, you guys, make sure that you hit the thumbs up. Subscribe. Once we get to 500 subscribers, I'm giving away 6 free readings. So we're getting closer. Okay, and I'm just being guided to share, Jennifer, like when I divorced, my ex, like we didn't go to court, we didn't do anything. Everything was just I paid for a lawyer who drawed everything up and filed everything, and my ex, just all he did was, he just had to sign the paperwork. So, and that took about 9 months, and that was like no arguments, no nothing. And I remember being like so frustrated and wanting it to just be over and not understanding like why would it take that long, like we weren't, but that divorce was not finalized. It took about 9 months for that to be finalized. I mean, I'm getting like it may take up to a year. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I had, and it took 9 months. So I guess, it can take up to a year. I kind of get this sense of like, there's guidance for you to just kind of, Like it feels like you're just wanting to move on with your life. So it's just like you're not going to have control over that. Like just waiting for the judge to sign off on it. Yeah. I mean that I got that it would be up to a year. That seems like a really long ways away. Because like when I did the divorce, like by the time everything was filed in the courts and waiting for the judge type thing, I don't think, I mean, I think that was probably only like 3 months. Five, no, about 3 to 5 months. But I really just get the energy of just like, you don't have any, it'll happen. You already know that it's going to happen. So don't focus on that. Just, focus on some other things. So, yeah. But I was shocked that it took so long for like a divorce with no back and forth. You're welcome, Jennifer. I'm getting a no for moving out before your birthday. I'm hearing shortly thereafter. So, yeah. Dark Fairy, I'm hearing no, like I'm getting a no for that, but I heard like shortly thereafter. So, you know. All right, you guys. Well, we are going to go ahead and call it a night. This was our final day for our 30 days of Level Up Your Life series for my beautiful Cancerians. I'll still touch base with, going live, but with the yes, no questions, I won't have that at the end, but I'll still be on here. And when I'm guided to, possibly like with another theme or something like that, and if I'm guided to, then, we'll do yes, no questions again, or whatever I'm guided to do. Okay. So this was just something like this whole series was something that I was kind of just guided to start. So we'll still have lives. So I hope to see you guys there. But they'll just be straight collective readings, and then, looking kind of at the comments. But I won't be pulling like extra cards or doing yes, no. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you can catch me on the lives. Also, so that you can be entered into the drawing for a free personal reading that I'm giving away to 6 people. I select you from the comments. So if you're commenting, I take your name and I put it in a drawing. And then with my Spin the Wheel app, I'm going to select the 6 people to give a free reading to. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions, I'll probably put like a poll out on the community board. Like, if anyone wants to give ideas for future like series, again, like, if we want to do a series on another topic, like that's based off of a certain theme, then we might explore something like that. Um, Oh, my website is cancerianchronicles.com for anyone that would like to look at the readings that I offer and would like to book a service. If you go to book with me, that takes you to the calendar where you can schedule like the live virtual, face-to-face reading, which is going to be on Zoom. And if you would prefer just a video, like a pre-recorded video reading where I give you the link, it's done for you, but it's not like we're not there at the same time. There's not that interaction. I have those readings as well. If you go to, like, I think it's this online shop, and it'll have all of those different types of readings. I think those pre-recorded ones are like $40. I think I have some that are called quick reads. So it's like those are 5 to 10 minute readings. So I offer those as well. I can't remember. I think those are like 15. So they're meant to be like affordable and like to the point, as much as possible. For those of you, that maybe you just have like a quick question or something like that. Let me see real quick. Yeah, online shop that takes you to like the recorded videos. And no, the quick reads, they are $10. So they're just like quick 5 to 10 minute readings. And you can pick the topic of like love, up to like asking 3 questions, ancestor messages, career. So you guys just go to my website, Cancerian Chronicles, if you're interested in that type of reading. And again, if you go to book with me on the front page, then that takes you to the calendar where you can do like the virtual reading. All right. So let me make sure we didn't have any more. I hate how the chat just disappears on this. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Dark Fairy. Yeah, so that's what I have for you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed the messages and the, ability to ask those questions. So I'll talk to you later. All right. I love you and have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye now.